Hello everyone, Gigs again. So today we're hopefully going to have a slightly less exciting video compared to yesterday's raid one. I say hopefully, that's because I've already been raided while I've been trying to do this video, so I'm hoping I don't get another raid come through while we're trying to do it. So today I'm back in my Plains village area where I showed you where the sandstone is, different sandstone blocks. That was just a little distance away from my desert village where I have set up my new base of operations. So today I'm going to show you two things. One is the new quartz blocks and the other kind of new quartz blocks, and the other is banner making. So first of all, let's go over to quartz. So now we have quartz and smooth quartz. Smooth quartz is made by popping quartz into a furnace. Yes. So you may be looking at this going, the textures look exactly the same. And yeah, they pretty much do. There is a real subtle difference in colouring, but it is pretty much the same. If we come over to here, you will see that these are them side by side. This is quartz and this is smooth quartz, so that you almost can't see the difference between them. Maybe a little bit more there. This one is a little bit darker. You can see in the outline it's a little bit darker. You can see a little bit more difference in the undersides. So this is just smooth quartz where you can definitely see the line around the edge, and on your normal quartz you can't, so it's a little bit plainer. Same with your stairs and your slabs. So in that case, if you're using quartz as your roof, this will give you a cleaner texture, whereas this one's still going to have that sort of borderline on the one side. I was actually kind of hopeful when I saw smooth quartz that it would almost be textureless, similar to the white concrete, but not really. And unless you desperately wanted to have that line in on your roofing, I really don't see why you would bother with it. But again, you know, some people may find a use for it. You never know. The other thing that I wanted to show you today was the way banner making has changed. So this is a loom. Well, it's two looms. The way you create a loom, I was going to have one pre-made and then show you how to make one, but I accidentally made two. The way you make these is using string and wooden planks, so they're really basic and easy to use and craft. So in the past we used to make our banner through here. Obviously we can still make our banners through there. You can make the coloured banners as well, but if we wanted to say put a border around one of our banners, we could put it there and then pop dye around the nothing. It's not gonna happen. Same if you wanted to add, say, a flower to it, you just pop it in there, and no. The making of banner patterns has been totally removed from crafting. The only thing you can make in here is the banner itself. So now if you want to make banners, there are two processes to it. So one is using the loom to make your basic banner shapes, and the other is to apply a pattern. Now by pattern I don't mean things like the borders around the outside and the angles and things like that, any of that sort of basic dye stuff. What we mean is things like the flower. So if you wanted to make a flower pattern, what you would need to do is to get, you can already see it there, it's already come up in the crafting. You want a piece of paper and you want an oxeye daisy, and it's going to give you a flower charged banner pattern. The same goes with your wither skulls, your creeper skulls, your enchanted golden apples, anything that you would have normally added as an item to make a banner, you now do it through the pattern. So it's all through there. There is an advantage to this, and that is that if you wanted to play around with different colours and bits and things, you're not using up all your items in order to make them. I don't have creeper heads with the skulls, or I don't really want to give up my 2 enchanted golden apples in order to make those, so I'm just going to stick with the flower charge at this point in time. So in order for you to now make your banner, you can put in your white banner there. I can put in my flower charge into the pattern there, and you'll see instantly it comes up with that. Now if I want to make that a different colour, bingo, and there we go. So now I have my banner with my pink flower in the middle of it. Now what you'll see is I still have that pattern, so I haven't lost that. So if I wanted to then make it on a grey banner, where is it? Flower charge, and then I can put, well, actually if I just do that it's going to give me a white one anyway, so let's make it yellow. So there we go, easy peasy. So now we have banners that are, takes a little bit to get used to, but I actually think it's a lot easier to do them this way, and at least you're not having to expend as many resources in doing it. So the other side of things is to go into the standard banner making. So if I do this and I pop a pink dye here, as you can see now I have all the different varieties of the banners that I can make. So if I wanted to do that, I've got that one there. Let me just get a couple of dyes up and running. I don't have many pre-made. So with the sorry, I was going to make some orange dye, but I realised I don't have enough, so I don't want to waste it all. So with normal banner making, you used to be able to do multiple layers. So again, you're not going to be going back into here to try and do your multiple layers, because it's definitely not going to let you do that. It's, again, banner making is completely gone from here. But what we can do is we can pop our banner back into here. I can add some white dye. Maybe not. You were supposed to be able to do this. I'm not quite sure why it's not. So they said you can still add 6 layers, so I'm not quite sure why it's not letting me do that. I may need to look this up. Either that or it is buggy, because otherwise that would mean that if I had that, so can I still add the pattern to it? I can still add that to it, which gives me that design. But before you used to be able to add a secondary. So obviously it only works with certain ones. There we go, it was doing what I wanted it to do, which is allowing me to put on another gradient on the bottom. So there we go, so now we have the mixed colours. And now supposedly you're able to do this up to 6 levels, but I think it's going to, oh, now I know why. So this is where, again, having to get used to the differences in what we do with things, is that this is bone meal, and bone meal is no longer a dye. You have to actually convert it to a white dye. Let me just quickly sleep. So that makes, maybe white wasn't working for me before. Oops. I know, still white with that one there. What about this one here? No? Ah, oh, bone meal again. Seriously. Ah, there we go. So now it is working. So on top of that one there, I can add additional, so if I wanted to do a white border, I can do a white border. And you'll see that in doing this, you're actually using less dye, because I'm only using 1 dye per piece of this that I've done. Whereas in the past, when I put it into the crafting bench, in order to get this, I needed to put 3 dye along the side. Yeah, no, I used bone meal again, but it's just an example. Won't work anyway. But that's what you would have needed to do. So again, if we go back into the loom, I've already added 2 layers to this. I can then add my pattern to it if I want to as well. And I can even make that a blue flower. So that is essentially your banner making, which I think makes for a... Again, I think it's an easier way of doing it once you get used to it, but it's definitely different. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they come out with more items that you can make the patterns into, but who knows. Who knows? This is Mojang after all. They do whatever they want. So another thing I also wanted to quickly show you while I was here is... I do have some more. So I'm just going to make some white carpet and some glass panes. So in the past, once you had made your panes and you had made your carpet, it was stuck that colour. But now with white carpet and panes, you can actually change the colour of them. So as you can see there, it actually allows me to change my glass panes to a different colour, which I mean, I have on occasion made too many plain glass white panes and needed to change them, but there you go, that's what you can do. You can't then go and change it to another colour, so I can't then try and make the magenta ones blue. They're magenta now, but I can obviously make these ones blue. Now carpet was supposed to be the same. However, it doesn't seem to be giving me the option. Maybe it hasn't quite been released yet, and maybe it's a future snapshot release, but you are supposed to be able to change coloured carpet to colour, or I misunderstood it. We'll see. I'll have to look that one up a bit, but definitely for the glass panes, that's what you can do. So there we go. So now we have seen the kind of not almost nearly the same smooth quartz versus quartz. We've seen some banner making, and we've seen how we can change the glass panes. I hope that was informative, and we were lucky enough to get this through without a pillager raid going on, so that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Have a great day.